SSL has just released a new plugin. It's a very cool flavor maker and it makes a lot of sense, but also doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's talk about it. Alright, so the plugin that SSL has released is called the Modulate. And this plugin is all about modulation. It's all built in here, like we've got the LFOs everywhere. And we basically have a lot of flavor makers and effects like phasers, flangers, choruses, tremolos, vibrato, and a panner in here. And on the bottom here we have a lo-fi section and a space section. Now I don't think that these effects need a lot of introduction because they are pretty basic, and actually most of these effects already come with Reaper. But yeah, for the people that want to hear it, here's Sandstorm by Darude with these individual modules. So let's first listen to the phaser. It's cool that you can sync it to the beat. Yeah, that's a phaser. We also have a flanger. Me in English, yeah. A chorus, just modulated as well. Chorus on the full track is not the best idea. Tremolo. Of course great on guitar. Not on this guitar. Tremolo is basically just going up and down in volume. Vibrato is the same thing but doing that with pitch. And we also have a panner, of course. Pretty straightforward effects. One that is less straightforward that's in here, but you know, I like it, is the lo-fi. This is a bit newer effect, like the other ones, they've been in guitar pedals for ages. And we also have a space. Quite an awesome space, if you ask me. Actually, on a full mix, just adding a bit of this. Anyway, we can change the order at which these effects are in here. We can use a global modulation as well on some of them or all of them. You know, you can really create your own taste package. I don't think that I need to talk a lot about how this sounds. I mean, these are effects that are pretty common in audio production, so it's not about that. What is interesting is the amount of control and the way it's packaged. That's, of course, where a plugin like this can separate itself from others. And if we look at the controls, like we've got everything in here, and again, like it's easy to change things. It's just, you know, having everything in one package when it comes to these type of effects can be very helpful. However, let me get an attribute, because we're talking about control here. And it happens to be that SSL makes controllers like these. Actually, these are attached together with the White Sea connection blocks that I 3D printed because I want to build this thing into my desk. But I'm running into a small problem, which you'll learn more about in the members video that I'll link over here, behind the scenes members video, where I've been basically pulling my hair out for an hour trying to fit these into my desk. Yeah. Anyway, the problem with this is, and I was slowly starting to notice this, is that this isn't made as a universal plugin controller. It's just not designed to do that. And you can see in my SSL 360 link video, I'll link that link video over here, that I'm mapping certain things to buttons that just make sense. However, in the Modulate, first of all, there are way more controls than I can map on here. Like this thing doesn't do pages or something. Like I cannot create multiple pages in here. So there are way more buttons than I can map. And all of these buttons do not make sense because we've got EQ over here dynamics over here, and we cannot even map the bus compressor right now. So SSL made a new plugin. They're all about control, controllers, blah, blah, blah. But if I want to use the Module 8 on a hardware controller, I rather prefer this one. And yeah, I haven't talked about this one yet. Video coming soon. But this is a universal plug-in controller that is just, it's quite awesome actually. So I can easily map, or well, I don't know yet if I can map it from Reaper. Long story, the Module 8 in combination with this controller sounds like a way better idea than in combination with this. This is going to be an awesome thumbnail. Anyway, What I just would have loved to see is plugins coming out from SSL that already have controllers in mind. I really think that the industry is starting to evolve into controllers. I'm seeing some stuff happening on the hardware control area. Some stuff that should have happened like 10 years ago. But it's stuff that I am super duper excited about. But it's something that I'm really, really focused on. Because one of the things that I like about my analog gear is the way I'm able to control it. And the goal that I have, and this is going to sound a bit like a challenge, is being able to remove my screen from my studio. So going basically back to the old days with just transport controls, some other controls, but basically doing everything on controllers. And having the screen, well, it needs to be there, but having it somewhere to the side without being obstructed by the fact that it's on the side. So right now, the workflow is better with the screen in front of me. But the screen in front of me does fuck up my creativity because it's so easy to look at the audio instead of listen to the audio. And I'm not using a lot of analyzers and stuff, but still, you're looking at the arrangement and stuff, and you just want to have that to the side. And you just don't want to look at the audio. You just want to connect more with what is coming out of your speakers. And the second thing, talking about connecting with what is coming out of your speakers, is, of course, the fact that the stereo image is just better without a screen in front of you. It's just every single time that I move my screen somewhere else because it's on a big arm, my stereo image just sounds a lot better. It basically sounds the way that it sounded when I was checking them out before buying them. So yeah, but the thing and the point that I want to make with controllers is that it's an integration from both ends. So what I mean with that is that you can make a controller and you can make a plugin. But the plugin is not made to be integrated into the controller. And the controller definitely is not made to be integrated with the Module 8. Because first of all, there's a lack of knobs and a lack of controls on there. And with the CS12, which is by the way made of plastic, it's a lot lighter. You know, it's a lot more universal and a lot easier to control. On the other hand, I don't know how I can map this to my controller. I have no idea if this is even possible to change these modules. Because if that is not possible from the controller, then it makes more sense to just use individual plugins for that and just, you know, use the controller to swap the plugins around or something. I don't know. It's just, you know, it's great that SSL is doing this. Definitely when you have the subscription, I mean, it's the more complete a subscription is, the better, because then you only need one subscription instead of needing 5. So it's great that they're doing this, but I just do think that either they should think about controller mapping more, like they really want to do a 360-degree integration. The app is literally called SSL 360. But on the other hand, they're bringing out plugins that are just impossible to map. So I'm really wondering what the future is going to be like with this. Is SSL maybe working on a new controller or something? I don't have any information about that. But I think that's the only thing that is lacking here. And for me, from my own perspective, so let's make this all clear to you all in the comments. I'm just sharing my own perspective and my own struggles in my studio. And because that's the only thing that I know. I'm not constantly in other people's studios checking out what their struggles are. From my perspective and my struggle, let's be clear about it. My perspective, my struggle, is that the Module 8 is just another modulation plugin. But it could have been the ultimate modulation plugin for me if it would have great controller support or something. Something in the you know what I mean. So that's what I think about the Module 8. It's not a bad plugin. It's just could have been, from my perspective, a lot better. And this doesn't just go for the solid state logic modules. This goes for every plugin basically. I think the way forward, at least for me, is way more controllers. And I probably think that I will have a few different controllers in here to be able to control everything, because it's again all ecosystems and islands and stuff. So yeah, anyway, that's all that I wanted to share. Solid State Logic did give me early access to the Module 8. They also gave me these controllers, and I can keep them here because they are of course developing the software for these a lot more. And when new features are being added, I can talk about it immediately on YouTube instead of having to request these controllers again and send them back and get them back and send them back. So because they could stay here, I just wanted to experiment to see if I could build them into my desk. But yeah, that wasn't easy. Anyway, they're not influencing my videos. They're not paying me for anything. And everything that I'm saying here, I think it's very obvious, is my own honest and independent opinion. And if you appreciate the independence of my channel and the lack of baked-in advertisements, make sure to support me. You can support me using my affiliate links. I'll link Thomann, Sweetwater and Plugin Boutique over here. They will also be linked in the description down below. And Solid State Logic is available on Plugin Boutique, so I'll link an affiliate link in the description down below. When using the affiliate link, a little bit of your purchase gets kicked back to me. And I've just said that the Module 8 doesn't make a lot of sense, so I don't think a lot of people are going to buy it through my affiliate link. That wasn't the best business decision, but yeah. Another way to support me is by becoming a channel member. Channel members get early access to videos and access to some extra content. I'll link the SSL integration video over here, behind the scenes video over here. So make sure to check that one out. And the last way to support me is of course by watching more videos. So I'll link an interesting video over here. Thanks a lot for watching, keep pushing, and bye bye.